Hi, Chris from Channel X here at Debenhams.com with Dan Finley, MD of Debenhams. Dan, welcome to Channel X.
Thank you for having me.
So first of all, everyone knows Debenhams because they used to have stores, but can you just tell us what happened with the stores and how Debenhams ended up at its new home with the Boohoo Group?
Well, Debenhams is a great British iconic heritage brand.
Everyone knows Debenhams.
For over 240 years, it's played a small part in the moments that matter in people's lives. It's one of the founders of department stores. It's one of the founders of Oxford Streets. And we think pretty much everybody in the UK, certainly over the age of 30, maybe over the age of 25, has a story to tell about Debenhams, because we've all grown up with Debenhams being that department store where we could get great brands in fashion, home and beauty. Going forward, we're serving consumers in different ways. For many years, Debenhams has been known for all of the stores, but the world's changed, the business model has changed, but Debenhams is continuing through that under new ownership with a new strategy and a new vision to be the great British digital department store. And we're making good progress. We sell great brands at great prices and work with more and more partners every day.
And it's fantastic to see that name and that heritage of like 2 centuries. It's like unbelievable, still continuing today. But something I'm really interested that you've also done is open Debenhams up as a marketplace. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, Debenhams has always been known for offering a great selection of brands. And one of the challenges that physical retail can have is just the sheer space that you have and the cost of operating that space. As we're now a digital-first digital department store, it provides us with a great opportunity to offer more brands than ever to our consumers. So today we have 1,500 great brands available to buy, all offered through our marketplace solution. So we want to provide great choice to our consumers. We want to be the customer destination of choice, but also we want to be the brand partner of choice, because we offer access to a community of tens of millions of consumers. We should be considered as being complementary to a brand or retailer's direct-to-consumer offer. And by showcasing their great brand and their great products to our consumer, we play a small role in acquiring new consumers for brands and retailers, and for our consumers, introducing them to great brands and great products that make a difference to their everyday lives.
So something that Channel X readers will want to know is, what type of partners are you looking for? Are you just looking for brands, or can it be another retailer? What product verticals? I know it's home and garden and fashion and beauty, but give us a little bit of flavour. And also, what sort of size business? Are you just looking for kind of the top tier brands and retailers, or can smaller independents sell on Debenhams today?
Yeah, so Debenhams is a genuine department store, and over the course of its history has sold everything from grocery to flowers and books and everything in between. And we want to be that digital department store. For us, we're open to all categories, all product types, all brands, retailer of all different sizes and scales. We're anchored today in fashion, home and beauty, and have a great array of brands there. I'd say anybody in that space, welcome to come on board, but anybody in adjacent categories too, we'd love to talk to you about it. And I think one of the great things about Debenhams is because so many consumers come to it and so many people know it, it's a great way if you're a small, medium-sized enterprise, new brand, UK orientated, it's a great way to put your product in front of literally millions of consumers. So for us, we want to operate with brands, retailers, resellers, partners, aggregators of all different sizes and scales, because we want to offer the ultimate choice to consumers. And our skill and our challenge is to make that choice personalized, relevant to our consumers, so that nobody feels, overwhelmed. And I think the great thing that Spotify and Apple Music do is they sell so many, or have access to so much songs and titles, but nobody ever feels overwhelmed with that. So that's what we're trying to replicate on Debenhams. Great destination, huge choice from brands of all different sizes and scale, and our job is to make it easy for our consumers to discover the brands that they love and want to buy.
And talking about making it easy for consumers to discover the brands they want to buy, the other side of the coin is how difficult is it to actually integrate with Debenhams and sell on the platform.
Yeah.
So what can a retailer or brand selling on Debenhams expect from the tech side, the onboarding, the day-to-day running of the marketplace business?
Yeah, we really want to be that brand partner of choice. So we want to make it as easy as possible for people to join our ecosystem, join our community and engage with our consumers. Our fastest partner's gone live in 2 hours.
Wow,
Typically it takes 10 to 14 days, but some customers take a little bit longer too. But our commitment is to work with you to make that as quick and as seamless and as easy as possible. We want to do the heavy lifting, make it as easy as possible for you to get up and running and accessing our consumers as quickly as possible.
So selling on Debenhams within 2 hours, that's a challenge. Can anyone beat that that record? But realistically, I'm guessing from a software perspective, it probably doesn't matter whether what integrations are multi-channel.
Yeah, we work with all of the big
partners,
integrators, all of the smaller integrators as well. So whether you're with Miracle or Channel Advisor or Trade Buy or Anatwine as they were known, or anything in between, whatever your tech is, we can work with you on that. And equally, if you don't have any tech, we can work with you too. And our job is to make that as simple and easy as possible.
So it's obvious that partnering with a name like Debenhams.com carries a certain kudos. Can you tell us what areas of weakness you've got where you're looking for new products? And it may not be weakness, it may be complementary, but I'm thinking fashion. Are you looking for sports fashion suppliers, for example, or beauty? Is there a certain segment of the beauty market where you really have got holes that you want to fill on the platform?
No, I think we've got a good broad assortment today, and we're open to new partners in all categories, whether that's sportswear, whether that's outdoors, whether that's toys and games, whether that's gaming more generally, whether that's in health and wellness and nutrition. We're open-minded, and we are building out Debenhams to be a destination for not just fashion, home and beauty, but all of the key subcategories within that. But we want to extend it from just being those 3 categories to maybe being 5, 6, 7 different categories as well.
And how has that impacted traffic to the site? How's the marketplace grown over the last 6 or 9 months? In fact, how's Debenhams grown since it became Debenhams.com?
Yeah, we're really pleased with the progress that we're making. I guess things that we've announced more recently as we double down on our vision to be the great British digital department store is that some of our wider brands within the group are now forming part of our Debenhams business. So Dorothy Perkins, Burton, Wallace, Coast, Oasis, for example, all great, well-recognised fashion brands, all now forming part of that Debenhams business. And Debenhams today, being, as big, if not bigger than it was online ever before. And that's a great foundation on which to build many millions of consumers for brands and retailers to interact with and ultimately to showcase your products too.
And you spoke about the kind of people that would remember going into a Debenhams store being sort of 50-year-olds like me, 40-year-olds, maybe even 25-year-olds. What's the demographic on the marketplace today? Are you attracting the sort of the 18-20 market? Is it more of sort of my generation or maybe even older that remember the Debenhams?
Yeah, great question. It's a really broad church and it's different to what people perceive it to be. It's not that destination that just your mum, your dad or your grandparents are going to. Actually, it's a really broad church of 16 to 65 plus. We've got as many customers at 16 to 32 as we have, between 65 plus, for example. So it's a really broad church of consumers, young, old, everything in between. And I think that's what Debenhams was. It was that, department store that everybody went to find products and services that they wanted to buy for themselves and their loved ones.
Yeah, I remember the very last thing I bought in Debenhams. I was in town with a friend. They needed a new iPhone cable. Typical, the dog had chewed it yet again.
Yeah.
And it was, let's go to Debenhams. They'll have one. And that was the last thing I bought in the physical store.
Yeah,
it's really great to see it still here.
And look, everybody knows Debenhams. Both the challenge and opportunity that we have is reminding people that people can still shop with Debenhams today on Debenhams.com. and we want to provide, great products and brands to consumers as we've always done, but we're just doing it in a different way now, and that's digitally through Debenhams.com.
So talk to me about marketing. Brands and retailers watching this will want to know what Debenhams can do from them other than just, my product's on your site. So what sort of marketing programs do you have? And can you tell, is the marketplace kind of sloped off to a side, or is it in general search? Do you do joint marketing programs with brands and retailers on the site?
Yeah, so we are first and foremost a marketplace. That's our point of difference. That's our raison d'etre. That's what we get up every day focused on. We are a marketplace. It's not a side hustle for us. It's not item number 9 on the strategy pad. It's not a new incremental income stream for us. It's all of our business. That's what we are focused on. So we are specialists in that and experts in working with brands and partners on these things. So from our perspective, actually, it's fair game. Brands come on and we're agnostic to which brands sell and how we promote them. So everybody has a fair and even playing field in that respect. There's no promoting some brands over others. Of course, we have partnership programs, advertising programs, marketing programs where people can work with us so that we can showcase the brand at the very best. We might do feature them in our TV campaigns, which we do with some of our partners over Christmas, and we're doing with more of our partners in the run-up to Easter. They might be featuring in our CRM campaigns where they get dedicated email and social activity. They might get sponsored spots on the site. So we have a comprehensive range of options that we work with the partners to make sure that we tailor the branding and the marketing that we do so it complements what they're doing through their direct-to-consumer channels, so it showcases their brand and products at the best, and it engages with our consumers in the way that we know best.
So massive opportunities to sell on Debenhams, the online department store. Just before we go, where do people go if they want to find out more, or if they'd already made their minds up and they want to become a Debenhams partner, where do they sign up?
Great. Email dan@debenhams.com. That comes through directly to me. We'll respond to you straight away, and we can get you going in a couple of hours, or a couple of weeks if that is preferable for you. But we're making great progress. We're really pleased with the progress that we're making. We're looking for new partners and new brands coming on board, every single week, so that you can join our community and we can showcase your great brand and products to our huge community of customers.
Fantastic. So I think Debenhams.com, potentially the marketplace with the oldest history going back 240 years, which predates the internet. But if you're interested, email Dan@Debenhams.com. Dan, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.